in Slaughterhouse right now, bearing witness to horrific injustice. See, these pigs are crammed into these confined areas. Transport truck. They don't have any room to move. It's like, you wouldn't treat your worst enemy this way. Why would you do this to a living being? You see they're fire. It's terrible. They want to live their lives not be crammed into transport trucks. Yeah, it's a horrific injustice here at Farmer John's. There's a lot of people here.
Let's go!
There's a lot of momentum here.
Ed, can I ask you what it's like? What it's like to be here?
Yeah, I mean, the scale of it is so overwhelming. And what really disturbed me for now was all the paintings on the walls.
Here with Earthling Ed, who's a world famous, world class activist.
What do you think of the noise right now of the pigs?
I mean, the thing is, you see it and you hear it yourself, you can't
Hold
deny
on one second, let me just show you the truck.
You just hear the suffering and the screams of these innocent sentient beings, and no choice to be born into this horrific situation. Yeah, well, I was just talking on the light movement right now. Can I ask you a few questions?
of course.
I'm here with world-class famous activist Earthling Ed, and you came to LA, and I heard you talk at VegFest, and I thought that was a great thing what you were saying, and you're talking about how our environment is crumbling,
right? And
like how do you think that the average person can make a difference by going vegan, and how big of an impact is that going to make overall?
Just try to skip back.
I mean, going vegan is the simplest thing that you can do in your life that has the biggest impact. I mean, it's not the only thing that we can do, but by far it's the simplest and smallest change that we can make in our lives that has the biggest impact, not only indeed for the animals, but for the environment itself. And I think it's really difficult to kind of understand the magnitude and severity of what eating animals and animal products causes to the world itself, but the threat's very tangible and it's real and it's happening all around us. And when you come to a vigil and you see these animals suffering, it kind of shows you the stark reality of what everyday purchases support.
It is.
And it's and it's so hard to get people to connect with this, but when you witness something like this firsthand, you can't deny the reality of what's happening. And that applies to the environment as well. And it is so important that we start to realize that we don't have any time left now to kind of be apathetic and complacent. And we have to do what we can now to make that change, because if we don't, then we're going to be the ones to reap the consequences of our inaction. So we have to do what we can now.
That's right. And
Another truck.
And the stakes, the stakes couldn't be any higher in terms of just like the environment crumbling and the sentient beings being tortured and murdered, and it is horrific injustice. And I mean, what would you say to the average person out there who wants to get involved and take action? And how did you become like such a great public speaker and a legendary activist?
That's kind of you, but it's practice, and you just got to go out and do it. And like, you're going to feel nervous, and there's going to be anxiety and fears and worries, but it's all about perspective. At the end of the day, whatever difficulties or challenges we face from doing something like this is inconsequential and insignificant compared to the reality of what these animals have to endure. So keep perspective, remind yourself of who the true victim is, and go out and do it, and just practice and push yourself and keep pushing yourself to go further and further. And you'll be proud of how much you can achieve as an individual, because we can all achieve amazing things. We just have to empower each other to believe that. And something like this tonight is so wonderful because you have that community, and you have so many people here, like-minded people that connect on such a core intrinsic value. So you just come to these events, meet like-minded people.
Let's postpone this and let's just go over here just real quick.
Actually, my good friend brought back Bright version 2, and that was the first writings that I read of yours, and I thought that was really good and really great. And I was just wondering, like, what would you like? A lot of people, you know, I was talking to Sean Munson last week, and he was telling me about the first thing that you need to do is get educated.
Right, absolutely.
And I was just wondering, what best sources of information would you recommend for people out there?
I think documentaries are so powerful because you get so much information in a really concise and engaging format. So things like Earthlings, you know, Cowspiracy, What the Hell, Fox Organized, anything like that has information in it, Dominion, right? Anything that has information in it, watch it and learn as much as you can. It's so important that we get as much information and become educated. YouTube's a wonderful place for the kind of really great sound bites and really great pockets of information. So educate yourself as much as you possibly can, because the more educated we are, the better advocates we can be. And, you know, at the end of the day, the animals need us to be strong advocates. So we have the obligation and responsibility to educate ourselves and then get active as a result of that.
Yeah, and like, obviously, you know, it's horrific injustice, and watching this torture obviously has an emotional impact on us. Like, who do you look to for inspiration when in times kind of adversity, and when, you know, we're watching this right now? And like I tell people, you know, focus on, like, you know, being grateful for things, and like trying to push good energy, love into the universe. But like, how do you you know, deal with like the kind of, like, because I know, like, it is so important for people to get more involved, but like some people have, you know, the emotional difficulties of watching this, like, sort of torture. So is there any, like, routines that you go through to
routines? I mean, nothing so much. I mean, I have my partner, and we rely on each other for support a lot. So
great,
we have each other, so it's important you have people that you can trust and rely on to help each other. But I think it's important to get that sense of perspective, and when you feel upset or whatever, you have to channel that. And it's hard, but channel it to do good. Now, if you feel upset, it's because you agree that what's happening is wrong and you want it to end, right? So what are you going to do to make it end? And feeling sorry and becoming apathetic isn't going to stop it. So feel that emotion, whatever emotion is, anger, sadness, despair, whatever it is, and use that to channel yourself to make a difference and do something about what it is you're feeling negative about.
That's wonderful advice, man. For sure. And, you know, I mean, like, we were at Vegfest earlier, and there were thousands of people. So, you know, the momentum is definitely rising exponentially, which is a, you know, a wonderful thing. And you know, it's very grateful to be able to have the opportunity to talk to you, man. Like, you're a great person, great activist.
I really appreciate it.
Thanks so much, bro.
Appreciate it.
Thanks a lot.